You know, this isn't my first YouTube channel. Back when I was like 12 years old, I had another one about top 5 educational videos. You know, those that you see on like Watch Mojo and stuff like that. Like top 5 tallest trees, top 5 most expensive houses on earth. I don't know. Top 5 fastest cars. Yeah, those kinds of videos. And you know, the biggest problem why I never continued that YouTube channel and why I eventually stopped uploading on it, even though it was getting some traction, was because the lack of ideas that I had. You see, I always had this really big insecurity that was plaguing me all the time. The insecurity of not being unique enough, of not wanting to copy from other people, because I thought to myself that if you take inspiration from someone and like take their work slightly but add your own twist to it, that it will still be called copying and you'll get, called out on it and then people will hate you for it. And so in the first days of this YouTube channel, I still had a hard time of taking inspiration from the other creators who are making content like me also, the content about self-improvement, like how to improve your discipline, your productivity and stuff like this. I was thinking all the time that why am I supposed to talk about these topics when they have already been said hundreds, even thousands of times already? What will make me unique? And the answer to that problem was really obvious, is to tell your own stories, to give your own analogies, to give the content some part of yourself. Because after all, it is your own YouTube channel. You can do whatever you want with it. And so what I did was I completely examined my entire life. I started to remember all the different life stories that had happened to me. I deeply journaled about my purpose in life, about my values, about my likes and my dislikes. I examined literally the history of my entire life and asked myself, how did I get here? What were the factors that formed me into the man that I'm today? What stories could I tell to my audience that will get them hooked? But not just the stories that had happened to me in the past, but also I started to seek out new opportunities to grow. I started to go outside more with my gym bros. I started to read way more books than I was doing before. And I was going on long walks in the nature, just observing the outside world and appreciating the beauty. However, even when I spoke up about my life stories, there was still that part inside of me that didn't want to copy from other YouTubers, that felt bad whenever I would take inspiration from their ideas, that would feel bad anytime I would use their phrases. But that was when I realized it. I asked myself, where did they get their knowledge from? And I was referring to those biggest self improvement YouTubers like Hamza Ahmed, for example, I don't know, Iman Gaji, Andrew Tate, and other guys like this. Tell me, from where did they get the knowledge from about discipline, about willpower, productivity, and stuff like this? From books. And where did those authors of the books got their knowledge from? From other books. And that's when it hit me. Knowledge flows like a river. It flows through generation to generation to generation. And what these male influencers were doing was that they allowed the knowledge to flow through them while also, not completely copying the entire books, like, not reading it like an like an AI, for example, with no personality. No, they added their own experiences from life, their own stories, their own analogies, their own values. And that was the reason why copying was okay. And that was when I realized that copying was completely fine, but you need to use it for your own self development. You have to add some kind of value from your side of things and not just completely copy blatantly everything from other people. You have to add your own values to it, your own knowledge, your own life experiences. Because let's take this as an example. Let's say that when your dad was like 17 years old, he was riding his bicycle, right? And he ran over a nail that pierced one of his wheels, and the sole of the wheel was, deflated. And so he had to go home and he fixed it all by himself. And not just with reading manuals and stuff like that. No, he did it all by himself. And then, he felt all proud of it. He showed it even to his dad, your grandfather. And after that, your grandfather finally looked to your father, and for the first time in his entire life, he said to your dad that he was proud of him. And that was the happiest memory that he has about your grandfather. But don't get too attached to this. This was just a random example that I just told you. And now, you can use this story either completely by copying it or by adding some kind of value to it. Let's go over the first scenario where you just completely copy it and you will copy it in a bad way. Let's say that you want to improve your social intelligence and you want to cold approach some woman. Okay, nice. So you go to the park next to this beautiful lake which has some ducks in it, and you start throwing them some of your bread that you carry with yourself. And over the other side of the lake, there is a bench, and on that bench, there's a really cute girl that is looking back at you. Oh no, she looked away because you looked way too intensely at her. Yeah, you still have to tame your hunter eyes before you can actually use them properly, but that's okay. Bro, just go. She won't say no. You know that everyone today is lonely like you, right? Everyone wants to have some kind of social gratification. So just go. She won't say no. Just find something to talk about, something purposeful. And so, before you know it, your feet are up in the air and you're slowly but surely walking over to her. She's starting to giggle more and more as you're slowly approaching her. You start to wink at her. She starts to redden a little bit. Oh, look at her. She looks like a tomato now. And so you say, "Hey, what's up?" And she says, "Oh, nothing much. I just bought some bread and I'm now feeding it to the duckies because if I don't spend it by tomorrow, it will go bad." And then you say, "Oh, that's very cool. Hey, by the way, do you want to know about the first time when my grandfather told my dad that he was proud of him?" Yeah, that right there was an example of just copying the conversation opener that your dad has. You just completely copied his entire story and you did not add a single bit of value, a single ounce of yourself. Of course, she won't be interested in your dad. She will be interested in you, of course. And so now, let's go over example number two. The example where it will be appropriate for you to copy your dad's story, but this time in a right way, where it will be okay for you to copy it. Let's say that the cold approach is successful and you get her number and you start eventually seeing that beautiful girl and you eventually find out, as you go and meet her parents, that she has a really a really chill brother. Wow. Wow, bro. He has the same interest as you. He likes bikes too. Whoa, what a coincidence. But not just bikes, but motorcycles too. Whoa. Look at his garage. Dude, it looks like literally from Top Gear. Dude, that's so cool. Look at all the different soles of the wheels. Bro, this place is a literal workshop of success. And so the brother says, "Yeah, looks nice, huh? Well, have a seat." And so both of you sit down. You open a bottle of Coca Cola because he has a mini fridge. Wait, he has a mini fridge? Oh, I'm getting sidetracked by my own thoughts. And you eventually start to talk about bicycles. And you already know where this is going. This is when you can use that's conversation opener. This is the time where it will be appropriate because you're using it to enhance the relationship that you have with her brother. You're using it productively. And plus, you already used the story after you told him some of your own authentic life stories that had happened to you. And you just used that story, like midway through the conversation when it was appropriate to enhance the relationship that you have with him. And also, best of all, you gave him some value also, because you also told him the exact way that your dad fixed his own bicycle all those years ago. And it was a win win for both sides. He now knows how to fix an old model like your dad's bicycle in the story. And plus, you now have an enhanced relationship with that girl's brother, which is just amazing. Okay? So whenever you try to copy something, always use it to your advantage. Not base your entire personality around the stories of other people, around the life experiences of other people. No, you need to make the foundation of yourself. And then, as you build the relationships, like we did in the story with her brother, after you're like midway through the conversation, the foundation has been laid already. He already knows that you're a sick guy. Then, as you're slowly building the house, which symbolizes where your friendship will live until the day that both of you die, then you can help build the house with the stories of other people. Remember, knowledge flows through generations like a river. So, when your dad told you that story, of course, the knowledge is flowing through you. And so, now you have that powerful story that you can give to the outside world, to other people also. Just don't base your entire personality around that story. Just be more unique, more authentic, and mix some of your style inside of it. And plus, you don't have to tell the entire story word by word. You can actually even change the story a little bit. It's not about the way that the story was written, it is about the way that you say it. Like, bro, every single time that I'm in school, sitting in class, and we have this random person who made a presentation for us for chemistry and stuff like that, they always just sit there and they read the points that they have written on the presentation. Now, granted, it's okay because they don't write, the entire script of the presentation on it, but like they only have the points written on it. And I just always ask myself, bro, just add more value to it because when they read it, they just totally feel like an AI is telling me about it. Like they just pulled up Wikipedia, they put it into, like Google Translate, and they told it to just read it, and now it is like, uh, carbon is the, I don't know, 64th molecule in the periodic table, and I'm just sitting there like, bro, that's already obvious by the presentation. Just bro, it is obvious that you copied it from Wikipedia. Can't you at least add some of your own value? Was it really that hard to learn like two more sentences of the thing that you're talking about to have more stuff to say about the points that you have written? Now, of course, I do realize that not everyone has time to, make high quality presentations with enough research, but like chances are, if you have time to scroll on social media for 4 hours every single day, then that means you can literally watch a video on two long form educational video on that topic that you're making a presentation for. Because when you just completely copy the knowledge from the internet, from some random websites, and you just slap it onto the PowerPoint presentation, then that right there is copying in the bad scenario. However, if you actually take the time to learn one more sentence about that point and you just, tell it while not writing it, the sentence on the actual PowerPoint presentation, people will like that more. And the teacher too. She will instantly improve your grade because you actually put in the effort to add some of your own value, some of your interest, some of your time to research the topic more thoroughly. Okay? So don't copy in a needy way, like you have no personality of your own. Like, for example, if you want to become an artist and this really nice artist that you like to watch has this really suitable art style that you like to draw in, then of course you can take it. But add some of your own personality to it. You're unique. You have your own preferences, so adjust it as you like. But also, you're the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. So also mix in art style of like 4 other people. But guess what? That right there isn't copying. Copying would be if you took all of their art styles and you drew the exact animations, the exact pictures that they are drawing. And copying in a healthy way is when you take those art styles and you use them to draw your own original creations, your own animations, your own pictures. Okay? So just please, for the 1000th time, don't make other people's life stories and life experiences your entire personality. You're unique. Add your own self and use it to your advantage for your own self improvement. Okay? Because believe it or not, we humans, we don't learn anything. We just copy from our parents and from the people around us. So copying by itself is actually okay when you think about it. That's the reason how you improve your creativity. That's the way that you can enhance your mind. That's the way that you can improve your storytelling skill. That's the way of enhancing your thinking. And if you want to put into practice the stuff that we talked about in this video, then you can join our Discord clan in the description and become a part of the family. There are guys in there who share the same values as you, who are working tirelessly on themselves every single day to become the best version of themselves. They will be like your healthy competition with whom you can compete with. Like, bro, you could literally cry on their shoulders and they won't lose respect to you because they know that it is completely natural to show your emotions to your homies. And I know that you'll find your place in there, because if you're watching this video 18 minutes in, then I know that you have way more potential than you think you have, because you can actually sit down and do the fucking work. You are actually willing to improve yourself every single day, and that is a powerful skill that the 99% of people lack. And you know what I already said? You're the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. So make those people us, and we will get you to success. I know that you will become a powerful asset to us. And it will be a shame if you, as a blooming, beautiful flower that has the potential to become the best version of itself, the most beautiful plant in the entire field of, mediocre plants, if it died because it let go of its potential. Please, do yourself a favor and surround yourself with high quality men and leave the 99% of people in the dust with no potential. You can like the video, you can subscribe if you like, join the email list in the description and get yourself a free ebook about mindfulness. Comment on which part of the video you liked the most and which part of the video you will implement in your daily life. Don't forget to join the clan, you're still invited, and become a part of the family. And with that being said, thank you very much for watching this video, and remember, no one is better at being you.